What is up, guys? Today's gonna be a different episode than what I wanted to come out with this week. I wanted to come out with our next 3 big expenses video about food, but I'm gonna be postponing it to next week because this week is insane. This is the most work-heavy week I've had the entire year. And it's a blessing, but it's also a curse. Today, I'm gonna be talking about work-life balance. With me being freelance, work life is super random. So for example, this week is a doozy. I started work on Sunday and I have worked nonstop, and I will continue to work nonstop until Monday next week. And at that point, I'll finally be able to take a break. So a lot of these days are super long days, and I decided to cut this video a little shorter because I would be spreading myself too thin coming out with a big banger video because I put a lot of work into these for you guys. And I was afraid I wouldn't be able to give 100%. So I'm gonna try to give 100% to a shorter video. So I think work-life balance is super important for anyone to practice, for freelancers and for 9-to-5ers. Americans are working more these days and taking less vacation time overall. Everyone has a certain energy level that they can give every day, and if we're not careful, we can definitely spread ourselves too thin. And then we deprive ourselves and those around us of giving our best selves. Let me tell you why work-life balance is awesome. So if we can achieve work-life balance, we definitely can improve our mental health. Our brains can only handle so much every day, and if we work ourselves to death, we can definitely have stress, we can have mental fatigue. You know, whenever I work like a super long day and get to the end of the day, that's when I start, getting lazy and making mistakes, and I'm not 100%, and I'm more like, 75%, by the end of the day. The next thing it helps is our physical health. Whenever we overwork ourselves, a lot of times we don't give enough time towards exercise, towards relaxing. If we don't do those things, then our body will start feeling a ton of stress. It could give us high blood pressure, even lead to heart disease, and a ton of other issues. The next thing it helps with is productivity. So when you don't give too much of your time towards work, you're able to give more of yourself towards the work that you do. So you're more able to be more at 100% rather than spreading yourself thin. So your time to work ratio is a lot better. I think there's definitely this sweet spot of how long you can work and still give 100%. Once you go too long, then you start spreading yourself thin and giving 80, 70, 50% of yourself. So try not overworking yourself, and maybe you can even get more done in that time if you can give 100%. And definitely if you're doing like a ton of work back to back, overworking yourself every single day. You might even hit a day where all day you can just give 50% of yourself and you're way less productive than, if you could work a little less and give 100%. Next thing that work-life balance can give is improved relationships. Whenever I first got married to my wife, we kind of struggled a little bit with work-life balance, especially me. I felt like I had to provide, being the husband. I've never really adulted before. I just got out of college and I just accepted every single job that I could get my hands on. And I was just worried that I wouldn't make enough. I was worried, trying to figure out how to get and keep clients. And I ended up overworking myself a lot of time and not having enough quality time with my wife and also even some friends. So it definitely put a strain on a lot of relationships that I had at the time. But whenever I started practicing better work-life balance, my relationships improved. They got deeper with certain individuals. Overall, it has definitely helped my happiness level and also the happiness level of those that I come in contact with. When you get to the end of your life, I'm sure most people aren't gonna say, gee, I really wish I worked a whole lot more and spent less time with my friends and family. I'm sure most people would even say, those relationships were very valuable to me, way more valuable than work, and I really wish I put a lot more time into hanging out with my friends more often, seeing my family more. So ultimately, it's awesome to work, but it's not everything in life. YOLO is for real. You only live once. So definitely live your best life now and realize that work is not the greatest thing in the world. Us humans are definitely people who need a little bit of time from work sometimes, who need some leisure time, who need to build our relationships up. We need social interaction. So let's focus on those relationships. Let's focus on giving ourselves time to relax. Anyways, I know this video is a little shorter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And next week, I'm gonna try to come out with an even more full banger video for you guys. With that, I will talk to you soon. See you later, buddy. I'm going to work.